Have you ever felt invisible in a conversation, sharing something important while the other person's attention drifts elsewhere? Maybe you're opening up about something that matters to you, but you notice their eyes glaze over, or they seem preoccupied with something else entirely. Maybe they're glancing at their phone, checking notifications, or just waiting for their turn to speak, barely hearing your words. You sense the disconnect. Your words bounce back, unheard. It's as if you're talking to a wall, and the conversation feels hollow. It's a lonely feeling, and it happens more than we admit. We all crave to be truly listened to, but so often, we're left feeling alone, even in company. Now, imagine a different scene. Picture yourself in a conversation where you feel welcomed and safe. You're sharing that same story, but this time, the other person is fully present. Their attention is undivided, and you can sense their genuine interest. Their phone is away, their eyes meet yours, and they're not interrupting or trying to fix anything. They're not distracted by the world around them. They're simply there, holding space for your words, letting you know that what you say matters. In that moment, you feel seen, heard, and valued. This is real connection, the kind that makes you feel like you truly belong. The difference isn't just about manners, it's about presence. It's about showing up for someone, fully and without distraction. Too often, we listen to respond, not to understand. We're already forming our reply before the other person has finished speaking. We treat conversation like a competition, eager to get our point across, as if winning the exchange is what matters most. This leaves us isolated and erodes trust. Over time, it chips away at our relationships, making us feel even more alone. But genuine listening is a superpower. It's a gift we can offer each other, and it has the power to change everything. It means quieting your mind, setting aside your agenda, and stepping into someone else's world, even if just for a moment. It takes courage to be changed by what you hear, and to sit with discomfort, to let someone else's experience touch you. This kind of listening transforms relationships. It deepens bonds and creates a sense of belonging. It builds trust and respect that can weather any storm, making us stronger together. Real connection is born in these moments. When we choose to truly listen, we create space for understanding, empathy, and lasting relationships. Our world is loud, not just with sounds but with information, opinions, and constant pressure. We're conditioned to multitask, skimming the surface of everything, including our conversations. We half listen, always thinking about what's next. Deep listening feels like a luxury we can't afford. Silence in conversation makes us uncomfortable, so we rush to fill it. But in those quiet moments, the most important truths often emerge. By filling every space with our own noise, we miss out on real understanding. The result? We're more connected by technology, but more isolated than ever. Reclaiming listening is a radical act, choosing to slow down and truly tune in. It's a choice to value substance over speed. I once worked with a young leader named Mark, brilliant, driven, and full of potential, but struggling with a disengaged team that just didn't seem to respond to his efforts. Mark tried new tools, more meetings, and even incentives, but nothing seemed to work. During a coaching session, he vented his frustrations, convinced his team was the problem, and feeling more isolated with each attempt to fix things. Instead of offering advice or quick fixes, I simply listened. When he finally paused, I gently asked, "What's the story you're telling yourself about your team?" The question hung in the air, inviting him to look deeper. His defenses dropped, and he admitted his fears and insecurities, how he worried he wasn't enough, and how he felt responsible for every setback. He realized he'd been managing tasks, not people, broadcasting expectations, not listening to realities or individual needs. In that moment of being truly heard, Mark found his own solution. He decided to call a team meeting, not to give instructions, but just to listen and understand. He shared his struggles honestly and asked about theirs. For the first time, he learned about burnout, confusion, and untapped ideas that had been waiting to surface. By truly listening, Mark became a real leader. He didn't just save the project. He rebuilt trust, and created a space where everyone felt valued and heard. His team felt seen, and they responded with renewed commitment and energy. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give is our attention. That's where real transformation begins, for teams and for ourselves. Listening isn't passive. It's a full-body, brain-engaging act. When we listen with empathy, our brains release oxytocin, building trust and connection. True listening creates neural coupling. Our brains sync with the speakers, fostering empathy. Distracted listening breaks this bond, blocking real understanding. Being heard calms the speaker's brain, reducing stress and helping them think clearly. The listener becomes an emotional anchor. So, undivided attention isn't just polite, it's powerful. It shapes our brains, our relationships, and our well-being. Listening is a fundamental human capacity, not just a soft skill. It's a form of care, both psychological and biological. When we listen, we create space for real connection. Empathy isn't about feeling sorry for someone. It's about feeling with them, truly stepping into their world for a moment. The gateway to empathy is deep listening, which means giving someone your full attention, free from distractions or judgment. It's not just about hearing the words they say, but tuning into their feelings, their body language, and even what's left unsaid between the lines. Imagine listening with 3 ears. One for the facts, one for the emotions, and one for the deeper, often unspoken needs beneath the surface. This kind of listening asks us to set aside our own stories, opinions, and biases, so we can be fully present for someone else. When someone shares a struggle, our instinct is often to relate or jump in with solutions, but that can unintentionally shut them down or make them feel unheard. Empathic listening means making space for their story, not ours, and allowing them to express themselves without interruption. It's about being a compassionate witness, not the hero, offering your presence rather than your solutions. It takes real courage to sit with discomfort, to resist the urge to fix things, and to simply be there as someone works through their feelings. Offering advice too soon, even with good intentions, can feel dismissive or make someone feel like their feelings aren't valid. True connection is forged by validating their experience, saying things like, "That sounds so hard, I'm glad you told me," can mean the world. It's about letting them know they're not alone, that their feelings matter, and that you're there for them, no matter what. Deep listening is an act of respect and care, a gift we can offer to anyone in our lives. It's how we build trust, understanding, and stronger relationships that can weather any storm. Sometimes, the best support is simply being present. That's where empathy truly lives, in the quiet moments of connection. The best leaders aren't always the loudest. They're the best listeners. True power comes from creating a space where everyone feels safe to share ideas and challenges. Listening builds trust and engagement. It shows respect for people, not just their output. Leaders who listen are better informed and make smarter decisions. This requires humility and curiosity, not just answers. Leading with your ears is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's how resilient, innovative teams are built. Silence in conversation can feel uncomfortable, but it's full of potential. Pauses give space for reflection, insight, and deeper truths to emerge. Embracing silence is an act of courage and trust. It allows others to process and find their own words. Rushing to fill silence can interrupt important discoveries. In tough conversations, a pause can de-escalate tension and invite honesty. Practice waiting a few extra seconds before responding. Notice what unfolds in that quiet. Often, the most profound insights come after the pause. Sometimes, the most powerful thing we can say is nothing at all. Nowhere is listening more vital than with those closest to us. Over time, we fall into habits, half listening, finishing sentences, or jumping to fix things. These habits erode trust and intimacy. When loved ones don't feel heard, distance grows. The antidote is a conscious commitment to listen with curiosity. Ask, "Tell me more," or "What was that like for you?" Put down distractions and offer your full presence. Listen to understand, not to fix. Sometimes a simple, "That sounds exhausting, I'm here with you," is enough. Deep listening builds trust and emotional safety. It transforms relationships into sanctuaries. This is the daily work of true connection. Listening is a courageous, revolutionary act in a noisy world. It costs nothing, but its value is immeasurable. The call isn't to be perfect, but to begin. Choose presence over distraction in one conversation today. Listen to understand, not just to respond. Imagine workplaces, families, and communities where everyone feels heard. This isn't a fantasy. It's built one conversation at a time. By listening, we build bridges, not walls. We choose connection over conflict. Join the quiet revolution of listening. Dare to be silent, to be present, to step into another story. When we truly listen, we affirm, "You matter. Your story matters." That's how we begin to heal ourselves and our world. Let's listen. Really listen. Again.